Hello everybody, what's up? This is Demon and welcome to the first installation in my Heroes of Newerth Procast series where I bring you guys games played between the tippity top tier teams in Han, and I try to give as much competitive insight and analysis as possible. That's going to be the focus of these commentaries that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing as many as I can, maybe a couple a week, 2 or 3 a week maybe, depending on how much time I have. But the focus is going to be on, providing you guys and the community in general with really nice, hard, and focused, competitive, analytical content. Focusing on the nitty-gritty details like ward placements, positioning, you know, the priorities that the teams have, the priorities that maybe they should have, how they're allocating their farming resources, how they're allocating their different players to different places on the map, just things like that that sometimes get maybe thrown under the bus, and sometimes aren't talked about as much. So I just want to provide that to the community as best I can. If you're interested in that sort of thing, please do watch on. And even if you're not, then that's fine too, because I try to be as fun and entertaining as possible when I can be. So let's jump right into this game, shall we? Today I have a game for you. It's going to be IG versus Team USA. IG is going to be on Legion side, and Team USA is going to be on Hellborn. Of course, Insania drafting for IG, and Team USA being drafted by B-Kid. Now, this game was played about 3 days ago, if not exactly 3 days ago. I haven't seen it yet. I don't like watching games that I cast before I cast them, because it just gives me a completely different perspective on the game if I've already watched it before. So I much prefer going into it blind. I have, however, seen the final lineups, and I've seen the length of the game, so and the final scores. So I picked a game that looked interesting, and a game that I thought would provide a lot of entertainment and interesting things to look at. Speaking, though, of the length of the game, let me tell you, there was a really super mega interesting hour-long game that I was going to cast instead of this one. But let me tell you about the heat where I live right now. It's like literally 100 degrees in the room I'm in. I am so hot, and not in the physically attractive sort of way, like in the uncomfortable, really like sweaty sort of way. Whew. And normally I have this nice fan that keeps me really cool, and it really does a good job mitigating the heat. But when I do these videos, when I do these casts, also I can't have the fan on, because if the fan's on, all you hear on the mic is like, and it's really annoying. And you guys don't want to listen to that at all. So while I'm doing these, my fan's off, and it is really hot in this room. Oh, the things I do for you guys. Turning my fan off. I'm such a martyr. Oh man. By the way, we're gonna have a pause here. I'm just gonna talk right through it, because I'm sure it's not that long. And I said a bunch of nonsense in the beginning and stuff like that. So as I was saying before, hour-long game in this heat, I don't think my body's ready. Let's, though, talk about something a bit more interesting. Let's talk about Heroes of Newerth instead of the weather in my room. The temperature that is in my room. So let's talk about these final lineups here. I didn't do drafting commentary, band by band, pick by pick, because as you might know, this game is played on Lockpick, and Lockpick is going to be gone very, very soon. Literally within a week or so, it's going to be gone by this next Han Tour season coming up very shortly. It's going to be replaced by a new mode called Captain's Pick. So for more information about that, check out the link below in my description. It has all the info about that. So obviously, if Lockpick is going to be replaced, there's no reason in doing a Lockpick analysis, because it's just going to be outdated and irrelevant, very shortly anyway. So it's just a waste of everybody's time to listen to it. It's interesting still, but you know, maybe not the most useful thing to be talking about at the moment. So let's talk about these lineups here on either team. We're going to focus with I'm going to start with IG first. IG is going to be the Legion team here. Final lineup is going to be Tempest, Magnus, Pyromancer, Pebbles, and Moon Queen. So when you're looking at a team and when you're analyzing a team, you know, how is this team going to play out? What you want to do is look at its biggest strength, because a team is going to play towards obviously its strengths. You're going to play towards your strengths. You're not going to play towards your weaknesses. So and yep, we're going to see this pause come off right now. Let's bring this right down to normal speed and set this camera to a normal distance. So when you're checking out a team, you're going to want to look at its strengths, focus on the strengths, because that is going to be what the team is going to be focusing on. So let's see what IG is going to be focusing on this game with their team composition. We're going to see a Tempest, who of course has that very, very strong mid-game presence that doesn't fall off late game. When he gets the portal key, when he tanks up with, you know, Steam Boots or Plated Greaves, he's going to get the Astrolabe, and eventually, of course, Shrunken Head. Just fantastic mid and late game presence. After he gets all of those core items, he has a very, very large impact on the game. Then, of course, you have Magnus, who I believe is going to be playing Suicide role here, although wouldn't it be cool if we saw a dual lane long? This is actually quite a nice game to do it. I could see them doing it this game. IG has done dual lanes long. They aren't bad. They aren't bad at all. You just need to do it at the right time against the right teams and really know what you're doing. I don't think they're going to do that, though. They're probably going to just do standard dual mid. So as I was saying, we have Magnus, who has that, again, a very strong mid-game presence. You know, he's going to pick up the portal key eventually, and, you know, with the ult, the line stun, just big team fight in mid-game. That's also quite nice late game as well. You have Pyromancer, who, once again, you know, mid-game presence with the portal key. Once he picks it up, he'll eventually get maybe even a sheep stick, and he'll just, you know, late game, he'll be bursting those heroes down from ridiculous amounts of hit points, doing a ton of damage. Pebbles, of course, gonna have that mid. Oh, let me guess. I think you can guess this one. That mid-game presence with the what? With the portal key, just like all these heroes have. So definitely a common theme in this team is a lot of portal keys. You're going to be seeing a lot of really nice outmaneuvering, outpositioning tactics here on IG's team, because they're just going to have all the portal keys. All the portal keys. So Pebbles, you know, everyone knows how Pebbles can absolutely dominate mid-game when he picks up those items. And then finally, we're going to have the Moon Queen, who's going to be soloing bottom against this Bubbles. And Moon Queen, one of the hardest carries in the game. Moon Queen's really going to drag IG's team out into the late game, where, you know, these heroes all say, you know, mid-game is good, very good mid-game, but late game, you know, they do start to trail off a little bit. They're still effective, but they do start to trail off. Moon Queen is going to keep this team relevant late game, and that is a very important role that she has. So what does that mean? Back to what I said, what are they going to play to here? You know, you can say all those stuff, but what does that mean as far as IG's game plan is concerned? Well, they're going to have a huge mid-game team fight presence that also is going to scale into the late game quite well. So they're going to be absolutely not aggressive at all. We're going to see very little aggression. I'm sure we're going to see very little aggression from IG here with this very strong mid-game team. They're just going to be very content to sit back. Don't be surprised if we see extremely passive play from them. And we should, because they're going to be looking to get to that like 25 to 30 minute mark where everyone has their portal keys. You know, a couple people have their shrunken heads, they have their items, and they can just go take a 5v5 team fight and really, you know, really just dominate. So, that being said, let's look at Team USA's team on Hellborn the same way. Uh, just a quick update on the live action, on the actual action that's going on, though. Not much happening. Both teams being very passive. IG being very, very passive, as I've already explained that they should be. But let's look at this Hellborn team and see what they should be doing. What's their game plan here? Well, we're gonna see a Fade, Predator, Empath, Tree, and Bubbles. So again, we're going to see another very focused team with the Predator Empath. Dedicating an entire hero slot, basically, to pumping up your Predator with the Empath. Really just increasing your late game potential. Also, the Bubbles, the Tree, heroes that, the Bubbles, the Keeper of the Forest, heroes that, they're quite effective late game. And how are they going to get there? Hopefully, the Fade is going to provide the map presence, the map control that they need to really carry this game into late. We are going to see, though, Pyromancer coming up behind Bubbles here, who is very low on health. I don't know. Is he going to get the Shell Surf off? Oh, he actually gets stunned. He gets stunned. He misses the take cover, and he's going to be chased down by Moon Queen here. Moon Queen just got mana for her. We're gonna see Fade actually die to the Magmus here, and she's looking for the Bubbles. She just can't find them, and Pyromancer dying to creeps. I don't know what that's all about, but Moon Queen! Oh my God, Moon Queen isn't gonna find the Bubbles. Wow, I am so confused right now. What just happened? What's nice about a replay cast is I can just do this, right? I can just look at what happened. So what happened? I'm really interested in seeing what happened to this Pyromancer after all that stuff happened. So Pyromancer's just like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to do. Moon Queen, what are you doing? He's gonna pop his potion. And oh my sender. I don't blame him though. Moon Queen is seriously in. I would be equally confused too. You could tell he was like, Zib, what are you doing? I'm just so confused. And seriously greedy activity by Zib on this Moon Queen. Wow. That was extremely interesting. Of course, I'm not gonna fault the players. Well, yes, that was greedy. It was a risk that they took, and it didn't work out. Of course, dying to the tower, probably not needed, but it's not. It was a very strange situation, and absolutely, he is completely justified being a little perturbed, not really being very decisive there. So that was pretty crazy. What was I talking about? That's right. I was talking about Team USA's team composition being very, very late game focused. Very much more so than IG. IG is more of a mid game team with the Moon Queen giving them the late game presence. But overall, they're going to look to be active around that, 25, 30 minute mid-game. We're going to see Magmus, barely living. I almost said it, but I didn't finish. No, Magmus is definitely going to live there. He's going to manage to stun out, just a little bit, not enough DPS. By the Predator and Tree, it could have gone either way there. But we're going to see this team be much more late game focused on Team USA. They're going to just want to basically pull this game out to forever. They'll farm literally forever. I'm sure like if IG just sat here and farmed, Team USA would also sit there and farm for as long as they possibly could get away with it for. And wow, Magmus is actually going in on this Empath, gonna kill her. Very, very nice Foozy, good job. That was very good that you thought to do that. That was a very manly play. Moon Queen gonna get a quick pick off here on the bubbles with a Moonbeam. Just barely had mana for it. If you saw when I panned back, she just had like 1 mana left after casting it. So IG playing pretty well here, except for that that botchery down bottom. Let's not mention that anymore though. So yeah, as I said, Team USA, a very, very passive team. They're just going to want to eventually automatically win with their Pebbles Empath combo with the tree to support them. And, the Bubbles also being very nice late game. But just, Predator Empath hopefully will just win them the game eventually. That's good logic. Going to take the Predator train to victory. Definitely justifiable. So because of that, we're going to see a relatively passive game. As I said, IG is going to be waiting for that 25-ish minute mark to really start picking up. Team USA is going to wait for the infinity mark to start picking up. Basically, they're just going to wait until the Predator can one-shot everybody, and then maybe think about ending the game then. So definitely going to see passive play. Of course, there is a Tempest and a Keeper, so they still will be able to push a little bit, but I'm not expecting too much greed coming out from either of these teams. I'm not going to see too much extension. Sure, they're going to do the middle push. They're going to do that. I'm not going to say they're going to be totally comatose over here, but they're just going to be poking a little bit. They don't want to get into a fight that they don't have to get into. And so that is nice about Tempest and Keeper. They can get these little pushes off and do their things. So if we just quickly take a look at the GPMs, we have a nice little pyramid here. Both teams quite even. IG a little bit ahead because their Moon Queen has been farming quite nicely, maybe utilizing the resources a little bit more. Also, Tempest is a quicker farmer. Tempest is a quicker farmer in the jungle than Keeper of the Forest, as he's showing off. So IG is going to be a little bit further ahead. Moon Queen, though, actually sitting way below Predator. How is Predator having so much DPM? He did get a tower kill, and he does have very, very high creep score. He wasn't really disrupted by this Magnus very much. So we're going to see quite a large Predator. Empath, is she level 6 yet? No, she's not. She is getting there, though, very soon. Empath Predator, very, very strong late game combo. Although I would be very, very scared. If I were on Team USA's team, I would be very scared of this mid-game, death ball that's inevitable. I would be scared of that happening. But at the same time, there is something to be said. You do have a very, very big Predator. Also Predator has Outbones, which I didn't notice. I was very, very, that was, Pebbles just PK'd onto the, Pebbles just PK'd onto the Fade and killed her. He's going to be ulted by literally everybody on Hellborn team, though, and go down. Bubbles, though, is going to get solo ulted. Not sure if that was even necessary. And he's definitely going to go down 100% there. No way around that. This mid tower is also going to go down. Wow! Man, there's a lot of very nice individual plays here. Very nice deny by Peter Pandem, playing that support role on the Empath. I'm actually surprised that, I'm not going to say by any means that this is a terribly action-packed game, but it's certainly not a terribly passive game either. It's much more active than I thought it would be with both of these very heavy farming teams. Although I suppose on IG they also have, that a little bit of flexibility with all of these heroes. They all have stuns. You of course have a Tempest that hits level 6 really quickly. They can do early game stuff. Where, Hellborn, they do have kind of that sort of presence, but they need to rely more on just turtling in this short lane, turtling with their Predator, and, you know, giving him farm. So we're gonna have Pyromancer roaming up here. Not really gonna see any opportunities, and this is going to wind up turning into a little bit of a more long-term resource battle, and also a pick-off battle between this Pebbles and the Fade. Of course, Fade very, very far behind, getting dual mitted on, you know, sub 100 GPM. But, you know, Fade still has very, very powerful pick-off potential with her ult without even having any items. This Magmus, though, is in quite a bit of trouble. No mana, no way of getting out. I am concerned for him. Steam Bath is leveled to level 2. So, and I guess Predator got sick of waiting there, so he will be fine. Excuse me, a quick drink of water. So anyway, that is how the cookie crumbles. We're gonna see, as far as wording goes, this word I'm actually a little bit almost confused about. I would think that this ward would be placed more over here to protect their ancients and to protect this farming area. You know, they don't have a tower. They don't have a tower mid anymore, so this isn't really protecting anything. I would have liked to see this ward, if it was going to be over there, I would like to see it more over here because, as I said, this isn't going to be a very aggressive team, and, you know, oops, sorry about that little cut right there. My recording software cut out for a second. I'm back though, and I am concerned though. For Team USA in that if you look at these GPMs right now, you know, their Predator does have a lot of farm. He does have the Alchemist Bones. He has a Predator, you know, to back him up. I mean, he has an Empath to back him up, and Empath counts as like another item. But, you know, we're going to have the problem where the rest of his team his team isn't securing enough resources for the rest of the players to have decent farm. And I'll get back to that in a second, but we do have a little bit of a group up here. No PK on the Magmus or the, oh, nice Stone Skin is going to dodge the Magmus stun, but Pebble's going to PK, kill the Empath. PK on Tempest is going to stun the Predator. Predator's going to go down. Both Bubbles ult and Tree ult is going to go down here. Pyromancer going to fall. No damage yet on the Magmus. Oh, a nice Magmus ult. I think he is going to get it off. Oh, Predator did buy back. He's going to come back into the fight. Predator is going to get a stun off on both of them. No mana. Going to get shelled. Oh, big ult here by Moon Queen. Going to do a lot of damage. Tree's going to go down. Predator dying 2 times in a row. And that is, as I was saying before, the team fighting power. Now, yes, this isn't mid-game, but still, it's getting there, and the team fighting power of this Legion team, being led by Insania, is just so much better than Hellborn. Hellborn really, you know, they shouldn't be taking fights like that. Yes, that was a little bit of a fight that they almost were forced into taking, but really they need to be avoiding these fights, and IG needs to be not permitting them to avoid these fights and doing quite a good job of it. A lot of pressure being put out on this Predator. Well, no, not necessarily pressure on the Predator, but pressure on the rest of his team, which now is allowing them to put pressure on the Predator, because as I was saying before, if you look at this GPM chart, it's actually really heavily in IG's favor now. You know, the reason they're so far ahead is, yes, the Predator has been farming, but if you can control enough resources to starve the rest of his team, like, yes, there was this little fortress up here where Predator was just farming away, but we are going to have a Magma Slayer jump on the Empath, and bloop, goodbye Empath. Also goodbye Bubbles. And, you know, these pickoffs, you know, looking very good for Team USA. But, you know, just if you secure enough resources to starve the other players on the team, yes, a Predator is very strong. He is a very, very strong hero. But if you notice, Team USA dedicated a lot of resources to getting him the farm, which allowed, 1 second though, action coming out. We're gonna have a fade stun and a Tempest ult on on IG here. Tempest gonna go down. No ult used there. Was his ult even up? Yes, it was, but he couldn't use it anyway. Oh, but a big, huge Magnus PK just finished. Gonna get the stun off though. Predator gonna catch Moon Queen out alone, and he's just gonna win that fight all day. Bubbles ult is gonna come out. Not really gonna do too much though. Predator just tearing through everything, and you know, I did say IG is very good in a team fight, and ooh, nice pick off on the Bubbles. Almost got the Predator, but just, you know, not enough damage. You have to have a certain amount of DPS to be able to take down a Predator, and they just didn't have it without their spells all up. And I said IG was a good team fighting team, but you saw there that wasn't a team fight. That was them getting picked off out of position, and you know. That was definitely, you know, a bit of a lack of direction there. I think, you know, the goal is to be this big rolling team fight team. Tempest is gonna get jumped on here, not going to have enough damage done to him, however, to die. I was surprised that was actually quite a bit of damage he took there. He almost went down. But as I was saying, IG needs to focus on their team fights now. They've been doing a very good job all game of really knowing where everything is on the map, putting pressure where they need to, and just starving, you know, Team USA of resources that they need to get these very important players on their team farm that they just don't have right now. This Bubbles, this Fade, even this Keeper of the Forest. You know, 340, not bad. Although not the best in the world either. So that fight there was just Bubbles ult is gonna come out on this Magnus though. He's gonna go invisible, get knocked out of it by the silence, gonna get jumped on by Predator. Predator is so fast, bam, 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 and just almost getting out. Not quite gonna make it though. You know, Magnus is a very, very elusive hero, but you can't escape the wrath of the Predator. So where are we at here? Where are we at here in the game? We have IG taking Team USA's Ancients. Again, an example of, you know, just taking over resources. By resources, I mean farm, like neutrals. Like as an example, if you have like all the creep waves at your towers and you're taking their ancients, then you have tremendous resource utilization because you're farming all the lanes, you're taking both sets of ancients, your entire forest, so obviously you're going to be getting much more farm than their team, and that's what IG is utilizing right now. And they actually, as a whole, as a theme, IG is very good at controlling their map resources, and you can see that 100% in this GPM chart. So yes, Predator is going to be very large, but they're very much mitigating, you know, how this team was designed to be a late game team to support this Predator who's just going to one-shot everybody. They're really strongly mitigating that by just starving, and I've said that word 3 times in a row, so I'm done saying it, but they've really, you know, they've really prevented the other players on the team who aren't Predator from getting the farm they need to properly support Predator himself. So, you know, they can definitely recover. They have a lot of comeback potential. But this Tempest is going to be seen here. He does have BKB. A lot of damage being put out on him, though. A lot of physical damage. He's going to go down here to the Predator. Stun going to come out on the Magnus from the Fade. He's going to get mana burned, and it's just too much DPS. This Predator with the Empath just does so much DPS. And you know, this is a problem with, to be honest, this is a problem with IG's vision right now. Look, they only have this one ward right here, which is a very kind of defensive, very like very defensive ward. Yeah, they have a ward here, but you know, it's whatever. If like they need at this point, when you have the advantage, you should be aggressive. They had resource control. They did. They had resource control, but you know they're giving it up now because they don't have the vision that they need. You know, in their jungle, anywhere, literally anywhere in their jungle, have it here. You know, have it here, have it over here, anywhere. You just need that vision to be able to control your resources. And so we're gonna see a pause come out here. I'm actually going to try to skip through this one. And wow, this is the longest pause I've ever seen. All right, so we're done with being paused. And as I was saying, IG is really just letting loose their control over Team USA's resources that they once had. Bubbles, you know, he was able to do that because they had vision over there. So, you definitely a fault of IGs for not having enough vision. They should have offensive wards right now. You know, yes, they are waiting for portal keys on everybody, which, you know, they just about have. They're waiting for key shrunken heads, probably waiting for Moon Queen shrunken head. I really highly suspect that once Moon Queen gets her shrunken head, they're going to be moving out like basically immediately, but they should still have offensive wards. Like this ward is a little too defensive for my liking. When you have such strong control of the map, when you're really just disrupting all of these support players, you know, alternate players. Let me just say, not predators. When you're disrupting the farm of all of these not predators so much, then you know, you can really capitalize on it. And you know, IG not putting down offensive wards, not capitalizing it. So we're going to see a shrunken head just picked up on the Moon Queen. Let's see if they push with it. It looks like they definitely want to. Like they're literally going to make a move right when she gets the shrunken head. They're just waiting. They're saying, okay, well, the courier's coming to the shrunken head right now. And then, you know, Moon Queen's going to get a shrunken head. And then, hopefully, they will start to try to take over this game. It's getting to be that sweet spot that I mentioned, 25 or so minutes, you know, 30 minutes at most, where they can just roll out with a million portal keys and shrunken head on the Moon Queen and just be a team fighting ball of death. So it is much closer now. I will say that because they didn't put offensive wards down, they really did let loose a lot of their control on this game that they had. You know, they could have, and now we're gonna see a little bit more aggressive wording, but still, like, even that I don't think is aggressive enough. But, like, seriously, be aggressive. Like, put it up there. Put it, like, over here. You know, I mean, seriously aggressive words. But they are going to, you know, at least take this stack. I don't know if they're going to continue to farm. I'm not sure what item they would even be looking for, to be honest. I really don't. They have shrunken heads on all of their key players. You know, Pebble doesn't have one, but it doesn't look like he intends to get one anytime soon because of his Hellfire pickup. You know, it's probably his next item or whatever. But Magmus is going to be found here. Oh, he's going to get away. Probably. Yep, he is going to get away. Nice escape there by Magmus. Of course, Fuzi is very, very nice on the Magmus. I've been impressed with his play this game. But of course, you know, standard escape happening, and I've been keeping this GPM chart up, and you're seeing that, you know, it's still not looking too good, but these other players on Team USA's team are starting to recover. So we're going to see a Conquer kill right now. I'm not even going to say a Conquer attempt. It is a Conquer kill. It happened. That went down really quickly. Is that a double damage on the Moon Queen? Yes, it is. Just gonna melt right through it. No wards. We see like massive counter wards coming out from IG, which I actually do like. I do like that about Sender's support style. You know, maybe he has been slacking off on this aggressive vision that I've personally would be prioritizing. But you do see when he counter wards an area, he counter wards the area. Like, he means business. There are no wards in that area. Absolutely not. You know, he's not going to take any crap from the enemy wards. And you know, it's fine. People are like stingy on where, oh, I'll get one counter and I'll like put it here and guess, and if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. No, just counter all of it. Just counter all of it. Don't be scared to counter all of it. So, you know, as far as our key items, as I said, IG has no items really that they're looking for. If you look at their courier, what is on their courier? It's actually going to be Geometer's Bane for this Moon Queen. Maybe they were looking for the Geometer's Bane. It definitely is going to help them push up into the base. But besides that, they're just letting Team USA get their core items, which, you know, is definitely a positive thing for Hellborn. Hellborn on Team USA is the one benefiting. Nice dodge there by Zion Bubbles, making up for his missed dodge earlier. Nice reaction time. So yes, it does appear like the Geometer's Bane on Moon Queen is gonna be the trigger for IG to start getting really aggressive. It's definitely their time of game. As I said, 25-30 minutes. It's here, folks, and it's only gonna be here once. So Geometer's Bane is gonna be picked up on the Moon Queen, and suddenly we see aggressive ward placed by Sunder, and here we go right up into the base as everybody rotates up towards the top, and they're just going to take over the jungle here. What can Team USA do about it? Not too much. Not too much. It's not their time of the game. Their time of the game is going to be in a little while. Probably, I would say if they can survive until like 40 minutes, you know, 45 minutes, if they can survive without sustaining too much damage, that is like, obviously, if it's 45 minutes and they have like 2 racks down and, you know, have been killed 10 times, you know, that's a different story. But if they can survive, take very minimal damage until the 40-45 minute mark, they are in a position to take over this game. And that is just going to be done by nice turtling, nice positioning, not getting caught out, picking where you farm very well. Defensive wards are very important right now. Peter Pandem placing some nice wards. I do like how they are on their defensive wards. Pebbles, though, is going to be jumped on and picked off. Very nice pick off. As I said, Fade, even without items, very, very good with that initiation honor ult. And the fallout from Predator, just so much physical damage. Pebbles getting picked out and killed, so he's going to be gone for a minute. And that's one more minute toward Team USA's time to shine. And now I'm not saying that they're like gonna automatically win once they get to that minute mark. I'm just gonna say that that's where they will. That's where I'm. If I were Team USA, I would be comfortable at that stage of the game. I would say, okay, well, we can definitely win this, but they cannot beat this lineup 25-30 minutes into the game with their lineup. They just absolutely cannot do it. Period. Now, of course, they aren't going to have a free pass. Like, I'm definitely not saying that that it's like, okay, well, after 35 minutes, after 40 minutes, you know, this team's gone. This team's completely useless. Once again, Fraps cut out. I'm sorry. I totally fixed the problem. That's never going to happen again. But as I was saying, yeah, this Legion team, you know, do not write them off late game. I'm just saying the late game is when Team USA will have a chance to win. Obviously, the Moon Queen is very strong in combination with the Tempest and all of that. Still very difficult to overcome, but that is at least when Team USA can have a chance to turn this game around. Now, this is going to be a Moon Queen with 30 seconds on her DD with a token pushing up into the space. And I'm gonna take Team USA's perspective here, and what can they do? What's their game plan for this upcoming fight? It's gonna happen. You have to fight this. Absolutely, you can't just let them do this. Well, first of all, you gotta wait for this to run out. It's about to run out in 3 seconds. But like, who do you go on? There's just so much target saturation on this Legion team, which is such a strong point, if you will, of this team. And what I mean by that is just there's no good target. I mean, and wow, Predator, you were so far up. Predator was so far up, getting picked out there. Fade also getting picked off, you know, overextending along with the Predator. That was definitely being too aggressive. They should have known that they were going to this fight very, very behind. And wow, we have a bunch of stuff going on here. A bunch of Predator leap down the cliff. He's gonna die a second time in a row. We're gonna have a tree ulti come out, but just you know, there's not enough. There's not enough. Team USA just IG played the fight well, played the fight how they should. Team USA did get cut out of position now. You know, Pyromancer is gonna go down here, but it's not gonna do anything. They're still gonna lose these racks, and the GGs are going to be called out. So very well played by both teams. It just you know, IG utilizing those they're utilizing map control very well, utilizing the farm and resources around the map to really just not let this team on Team USA get enough items to be able to support their Predator. Of course, you know, there was that little glitch mid-game, but they recovered just fine. Here's the latest, you know, the end game stats. I'm just going to explain what I meant by target saturation, and then I'll wrap this up. By target saturation, what I meant was if you look at IG's team, when you go into a team fight, who are you going to target? There's so many strong targets on IG's team. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm going to kill the Moon Queen and then we're home free. Well, I mean, the Moon Queen had a token in that particular fight. Oh, we'll just kill the Tempest and we're home free. Well, but then you have a Moon Queen, you know, wailing on you and a Magnus ulting you. No matter who you target, even if you target the Pyromancer, which is probably the best target, but even if you target him, there's so much more going on in IG's team composition that can just be very effective, deal the damage that they need to deal. So that's probably the biggest strength of IG's team going to the mid game, is they just have such high target saturation that it's almost impossible to team fight against them. Especially in this you can see this is a very single target oriented lineup. You know, Predator will leap on someone and kill them, and then go on someone else and kill them, you know, one at a time. So this team, very single target oriented with the Predator, you know, killing individual people, versus this team on IG that is all about target saturation, and all of our heroes are very useful, you know, kill one of us, the other four will kill all of you, sort of thing. Very, very poor match, I would say that, very poor matchup that is between these two teams in terms of Team USA's team versus IG's team. So IG having the lineup advantage here, utilizing the advantage it gave them, and just, you know, closing out this game very nicely, doing what they had to do, getting the resources they needed to get, and really containing this Predator very well. Just because they didn't stop Predator's farm doesn't mean that they didn't stop the Predator. And they definitely did that by just crippling the rest of his team. I do hope you enjoyed the game. Also, I do need feedback, so please leave any thoughts you have on the video in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this commentary and want to see more similar to it, please like, share, and favorite this. And also subscribe to my channel for more videos. And that about covers it. Have a nice night, everybody. And as always, thanks for watching.